Hello again folks, and welcome to a very rainy Glasgow. It's 16 degrees, we're in the beginning of September, the 1st of September, and what you see in front of you has the lowest life expectancy, not just in Glasgow, not just in Scotland, not just in the UK, but it has a lower life expectancy than Iraq apparently. 54 years old is the life expectancy of the Calton in Glasgow. So what we see in front of us is part of that. You've got Bridgton Cross and it moves all the way to, you get Govan Hill over in that direction. So let's have a little wonder. Why is the life expectancy so low in this area? Is it to do with diet? Is it to do with certain things that they're taking and not taking? And is it to do with violence? So let's see, why is it so low? Why is it that you will live longer if you're in Iraq than you will if you're in the Calton strip? So let's see. So as we move on, we can see that row of shops there. Let's start over there and see what it's like there. I'm going to run a little bit, save on editing. I'll just take care of these by moving faster. Nice big old church. Hope the sound's okay. It's very rainy, very wet, miserable. The summer is finally, the hope is gone. So yeah, a little bit of housing state in there. Another one up there, but it looks a lot more deprived. They put that polystyrene cladding on it just to make it look a bit better, but really it's the same flats that were built probably about 50 or 60 years ago. Let's go under here. Whoa! Water in the lens, I do apologise. Daddy loves you. Right. I always feel more cautious crossing the road when it's raining. It's like my brain can't compute the amount of things that's going on, the noise. Right, so it portrays happiness. Yeah. Okay, let's see if it is happy in the Calton. We have takeaway places, we have news agents, we have fats and treats, sugary takeaway places, gents haircuts, takeaway places. Notice a pattern here. We have a pharmacy for medications prescribed by your doctor because they don't have the time to actually investigate what's wrong with you. We have another newsagent. We have another pharmacy, so you get two, one on either side of the road. It's almost like they're cornering the market, no pun intended. We have the Bridgton Health Centre. That's about as grim as it gets. There's buildings in Soviet Russia that look more positive than that. That's the last place you want to go if you're worried about something. It inspires nothing but death and suffering. Aye. So I can already see a few sketchy characters looking at me from the side there because I'm speaking to myself holding an umbrella. But there's worse things in life than people with attitudes. Derelict pub falling apart. 222. There seems to be a gym across here. Looks like a right hardcore gym. House of Muscle. Train insane or remain the same. Fair enough. The thing about gyms for me is that, I train in various different ways, but gyms purely sculpting your body to look a particular way is like reverse engineering a body meant for movement. There's better ways. Look at that. Interesting. It looks a little bit homoerotic though. I'll probably get my arse handed to me for saying that. That's a powerful beard. Right, so now we're moving into Bridgton Cross, which is up this way, so let's move a bit faster. I don't want to keep you waiting. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for all the love and all the feedback you've been giving me. Yep. Oh, Daddy loves you. Right, let's move into Bridgton Cross quick. How's the picture quality? I hope it's okay. Try to stabilise the camera as best I can. When the lights pull like this, the camera quality can suffer. There's a nice little graveyard in there. There we go, more derelict shops. They've not been in use for a very long time by the look of it. We've got a pub at the corner, so we've got takeaway places, we've got chemists, we've got pubs, we've got one barber and a Bridgton health centre. So it's a combination of, well, junk food, haircuts, medications, let's call them, and yeah, chemists. Moving into Bridgton Cross here now. Wow, it looks even grimmer in the rain than it does when it's sunny. Bridgton train station up this way. That runs from Bridgton. You can go into the city centre through Bridgton. It'll take you to Argyle Street train station. I think it takes you to the exhibition centre as well. Bit of rain on the lens, do apologise. Let me speed up for you. I want to get into the heart of this. See why. Hope my hand is not in the way too much with the umbrella. So another pub next to a new build housing estate, probably about 25-30 years old. Pub looks quite nice, it's just been painted. Got a big bookies over there, all big buildings, so now you can gamble your money, you can spend it in junk food, you get your free prescription, and you can go to your health centre and sit there anxiety ridden in a brutalist building. So far, I know I'm down talking the place, but it's not very positive looking, is it? There you go, fantastic looking, yeah? Nice. More pubs, more bookies, more hair salon. People seem to care about their medications, their hair, and eating junk food here. More bookies. A Greg's, the smallest, what's a little pop-up Greg's, but looks at Ladbrokes. Bridgton Cross, where all the alcoholics in the 80s and 90s, including my mum and dad, used to sit and drink. So I understand this area very well as far as the history of it and the lack of improvement on it. Olympia. Ah. What is that? So as I say, Bridgton train station here. Number 18 bus going to Green Hills. Sounds positive. Take me to Green Hills, please. So it's a library. Alright, okay. I never knew that existed. University of Glasgow Library. We need to go in there at some point. So yeah, Bridgton Cross, there used to be seats there and people used to sit and drink their cans of Tennant Super, their cans of Special Brew Carlsberg, but now the seats have been removed. Well, they haven't, they've got these stone ones, but in the middle underneath under the shelter, that's where they used to sit. So we have another pharmacy by Newmark, we have another alcohol store, we've got Bridgton Barbers, takeaway place, dental practice, takeaway place, solicitors, barbers. So everybody's got nice hair, good solicitor, junk food, and a prescription. There's a credit union, you can get yourself in debt and pay a higher interest rate because you're already poor, you want to be poorer. This way is Dalmarnock Drive. Wow. We've got more Premier Inn. And by the way, if you want to join me in tomorrow's little walk, we're going to do the east versus the west. East end of Glasgow versus the west end of Glasgow. And we'll see how many tote bags we can see. I've never seen a tote bag in the east end of Glasgow, and I see hundreds of them in the west end. Will there be a difference in food, people and buildings from the west end to the east end? So join me tomorrow for that. That'll be interesting. I'll skip by the transport from the east to the west so you can get right into the heart of the video. But yeah, takeaway, news agents, takeaway, vape shop. Across this way is the umbrella as shelter for the bike. We'll turn it around, back around this way, because that takes us into Netherland. It's like a never ending story here. I'm going to jump on a giant tortoise to get out of here. It's getting increasingly more sketchy here. I can feel it in my bones. Get the adrenaline ready to move quick. Move out quick. We've got a sunbed place as well, so we've got nice hair, we've got prescriptions, we've got takeaway places, and we've got a nice tan so far. Where's the history for the people to remember? Why are they here? Why are the people here? They get moved out of the city. City centre was, people were removed from there because they wanted to develop the Glasgow city centre, and they've created schemes, Easter House and Cranhill, Garthamlock, Bailliston. They created these schemes. That's why the East End accent is completely different from the West End accent, because they were put out to places like Easter House, told they would have better environments, green grass and fields, and they would have toilets, indoor toilets, but they didn't have transport back into the city. There was no buses or train systems in place. There was no shops really. There was ice cream vans though, so we ended up with the ice cream wars. If you remember in the 80s, the ice cream wars, violent, horrible situation involving house fires, a house fire in particular. Look at the history of that. But so yeah, that's what happened, because they couldn't get back into the city centre. So they were stranded essentially in these outskirts. So the accent is localised now from the East End to the West End. The West End, it sounds like a kind of Americanised English. And we'll see tomorrow's walk how many times we can hear people in the West End say the word like. Because for me, they say it like every 2 seconds, like. And it does my nut in. Let's cross here again. Right. So, this is part of the Calton. And I think we can see there is a pattern of depravity, lack of care for the buildings. The shops are all to do with poor nutrition, status as far as your hair and your tan, and prescriptions. And when it comes to getting sick, you go into a depressing, terrible building for your doctor's surgery, and there's 1 small doctor's surgery and 3 chemists. So we can see that access to medications, or let's just say you call them as they are, drugs, is higher than access to actual investigations and access to people actually caring for you. So as the doctor's surgeries get smaller, the chemists get larger. Notice that trend in your area. Let me know if you've seen that as well. The chemists are getting bigger and opening and refitting nicer, bigger marble floored chemists, and the doctor's surgeries are getting smaller and their opening times are closing sooner. So now we're just getting our money, which we're paying tax, and it's getting redistributed to pharmaceutical companies. Sometimes for the right reason, but in my experience, most times for the wrong reason. My own doctor tried to put me on multiple medications, and I told her it wasn't necessary, and I explained to her why, and then she backtracked. Very concerning that other people might not have the education and experience that I do have for having multiple sick relatives over a very long period of time. So that'll do us for this walk through the area with the lowest life expectancy seemingly in the world, 54 years old. So let me know where you'd like me to go next. Tomorrow we'll do east versus west. We'll do a nighttime one in the city centre at some point soon. Just going to get the settings right on the camera so you can see as clear as possible and hear as clear as possible the characters that we'll meet. But thank you very much for all your support. Thanks for subscribing and liking, and I'll see you tomorrow.